Great, great. Yeah, I actually woke up this morning and Laura Loomer was texting me that she was suspended by Musk. So I was like, well, what a way to start the day, right?
What else did she say to you? Because I hate to defend her because I you know how I feel about her, right? I don't think she's
Yeah,
the nicest, most credible person in the world. But I am defending her here, Ron, because she
yeah.
didn't swear. She didn't threaten Elon Musk. She's doing
No.
what anybody does and should have the right to do, and that is criticize somebody. What is she making of all of this?
Yeah. I mean, she thinks it's like, look, she was banned from all social media platforms for 3 years. So she's a little sensitive in this area because this is what she does for a living.
Right.
This is what she does for a job. And so when you get banned off all tech platforms, and look, they had very good reasons for banning her. Okay. I'm not saying I had any
Sure.
issue with it, but
Sure.
when you finally get reinstated by the guy, and then, the first time you criticize him, he suspends you. And worse than that, he suspended her, but that's nothing. What he did is he took away her subscriptions because people subscribe through X to monetized accounts. She's a monetized account that had a decent number of subscriptions. She's also opted into that where you get paid by the engagement. She does that too. So she's out of that now. Took away her blue check, which also tamps down engagement. So he basically pretty much nuked her, and not just her. It was a lot of people that got it on the right, which shows, now we're just talking about how Musk handled it on social media, not the issue itself. But yeah, I think that this one's going to be hard for him to recover from. They won't forget this. And I can tell you, I just watched Steve Bannon's show a little earlier, and the whole show is just flaming Musk. Just everybody, all of his guests are coming on and just trashing Musk one right after the other. And these are people with millions of followers,
Ron, he's not even the president yet, and we're already talking about a possible split from MAGA. I didn't think it was going to happen this fast. But what you're talking about, we're talking about a lot of money. Listen, say what you want about Laura Loomer. She makes a lot of money on social media. Sure. This is a big deal financially for a lot of these people. I'm not saying I feel sorry for her, but what exactly is he? Do you think it was just one of those situations, Ron, where he just spoke to some of the people that work for him that are running X and said, okay, do this, this, and this? Was it that simple for Elon? Yeah. Is that simple?
Well, because he does it all the time. I mean, he suspends and unsuspends people constantly who make either say something bad about him, criticize Tesla, or post a video of one of his cars crashing or something. He does this all the time, but not like this, where it's like 100 people that all have minimum 100,000 followers, some over 1 million, who have been Musk supporters, and just across the board just doing this to him. And she was the only one that was suspended, and he also singled her out and went after her. But here's the point. Laura, everyone in Trump's orbit doesn't want him to have anything to do with Laura Loomer, right? They don't like her. The people around, except for Jason Miller, most of the people around him don't like her and want to keep her away from him. But that is not how Trump feels. Trump has always liked Loomer, and the reason is Loomer is real. Loomer is genuine. Loomer's not a fraud in terms of, she worships the ground he walks on like he's a god. And that's a real thing. Like, she's not BSing like a lot of them. She's not playing games just to get a job or just a grift.
Right.
This is really who she is. Right. So Trump, I think, gets that, and he respects her for that. That in other words, everyone in his orbit all wants something from him, and he gets it, that it's all transactional. But with her, it's not transactional.
I think what you just said, Ron, is 100% accurate. I think of people like Leo Terrell or a Candace Owens or even a Charlie Kirk. I even think some of the things they say, a lot of the things they say are not genuine, and they don't actually believe them. I agree with you on with Laura Loomer when it comes to this. I believe she does worship him, and it's not fake and it's not phony. And I agree with you on that. So we'll have to see how this thing plays out. But I know at times you text back and forth at times with Laura Loomer. She's been back in the news once again. because I guess now she's claiming that she is the reason why Donald Trump fired the head of the labor and statistics. Can you shed any light on this? Because Trump was talking about Laura Loomer over the weekend. She was asked, or that he was asked about her. What do you make of this? And do you still believe that Laura Loomer is in Donald Trump's ear, and Trump literally still does make decisions, in this case, maybe even firing somebody because of the information that she gives him?
Yeah, I actually talked to Laura yesterday. Yeah, yesterday or the day before about this. Yeah. So yeah, that's all true. She absolutely, and Trump was asked about it yesterday. Mm-hmm. Is Laura Loomer advising you? And he said yes. I mean, this is not a secret. I mean, this is like something that, like, I think the media is all like, this is all going on in the hush hush behind the scenes. No, I mean, that they're not hiding this. She has a website now that she just created, which is what does she call it? Her vetting target list or something, where she's taking, like, anybody can contact her and say, hey, I know of a Democrat in the government, or someone who donated to Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton. You need to tell Trump about this person. So that is basically what she's doing. I talked to her because I noticed that one person she was looking at had a relative who is a big Democrat, a well-known Democrat, and they work in the Defense Department. And I just contacted Laura to just say, look, just because this person is related to a big Democrat doesn't mean that person is a Democrat. I know for a fact that the person that you're talking about is a Trump supporter. So just because her relative is a big Democrat who you guys all hate, it doesn't mean that two people who are in the same family agree on politics. And I explained to Laura, I said, my mom has a Trump flag in her front yard. So, I mean, like, would you go after her? I mean, like, families disagree about Trump all over America. So you can't automatically assume that because your relative is a big Democrat, you are too.
All right, hold on a second. We got to back up a little bit here. Are you claiming that Mrs. Filipkowski is a huge Trump supporter? Because I did not know that.
Yeah, well, that's not my mom. My mom remarried, so she has a different last name.
Okay,
but yeah, my mom loves Trump. Sure, I mean, lots of my family members do. Probably like 70% of my family members.
You come from a Republican family.
Absolutely, they love Trump. Most, I would say, like 70%. So yeah, I mean, they know obviously what I do.
Yeah,
we just don't really talk very much about politics. Yeah, we whisper, like my aunts and stuff that are Democrats who hate Trump will come up to me like at Christmas and whisper politics, but we have to, like, stay away from, some of the other relatives.
Because, Ron, I get calls from people every day that say, listen, I don't talk to this person in my family because they're a Trump supporter. I don't, you hear that all the time. Friendships are lost, and marriages even.
That's what Trump has done to America. No one else did that before.
Yeah. Right. That's really sad. I wanted to ask you about Laura Loomer. I know you speak with her from time to time. Me and Laura don't really get along on social media, but this story comes out that she apparently had a meeting with JD Vance, and Caroline Leavitt confirmed that today, where they had a conversation. I'm wondering, with a woman like Laura Loomer, who is a self-admitted Islamophobe, who's a 9/11 conspiracy theorist, what does it say about the White House that she is invited there to have some sort of meeting with the vice president? What are your thoughts on this?
Not announced either. This was leaked. She didn't announce it. And so, she likes to brag or, toot her own horn and promote herself relentlessly. And she didn't say anything about this meeting. So that tells you that something weird's going on here. It probably means that, she wants to unload some dirt on people inside the Trump administration who she's found stuff out about. Because remember, last time she had a meeting at the White House, they ended up firing like half the staff at the National Security Council.
Right.
So I mean, her thing is she usually digs in and finds statements that somebody may have made in the past against Trump, or donations they may have made to Democrats in the past, or something like that. And she will present that to Trump's people. And I think, though, curious, why is she meeting with Vance? Because I think that Susie Wiles, Trump's chief of staff, hates Laura Loomer and is the gatekeeper and has basically laid down the edict that she does not want Laura Loomer in the Oval Office. So she has to go meet with the vice president instead.